Hello, and welcome back to Amazed, where we explore the fascinating and dynamic world of human knowledge and experience. In today's video, we will explore the psychology of fear and how our brain reacts to scary situations. Without further delay, let's get into the video. Psychology plays a fundamental role in our lives, and understanding how our brain reacts to scary situations is an essential part of it. We have had a variety of fears since we were kids, from the terrifying teacher to the horrifying ghosts. Fear is a natural and instinctual response that helps us to identify and respond to potential threats in our environment. There are many triggers that can cause it to be activated, including loud sounds, unexpected movements, and imagined danger. The experience of fear is a complex interplay between our brain, body, and environment. To better control our emotions and react to perceived threats, it can be helpful to understand how our brains process fear. Additionally, by comprehending the psychology of fear, we can learn to distinguish between actual and perceived threats, which can help us stay safe in potentially dangerous situations. While talking about fear, amygdala plays a major role in the processing and regulation of emotions, particularly fear and anxiety. The amygdala is a small, almond-shaped structure located deep within the temporal lobes of the brain, in the medial temporal lobe. When a possible threat is sensed, the amygdala processes sensory information from the environment quickly, triggering a fear reaction in the body. This response includes the release of stress hormones such as adrenaline and cortisol, which prepare the body for fight or flight. The amygdala is also important in the creation and preservation of emotional memories. It aids in encoding the emotional importance of experiences, which may then be recalled and utilized to guide behavior. Individuals who have a damaged or diseased amygdala may have difficulties perceiving and responding to scary or threatening events. They may also suffer from emotional regulation, which can contribute to increased anxiety and difficulty in social and interpersonal connections. In severe situations, amygdala injury can result in a complete lack of fear and an inability to identify danger. So, if you are a fearless person, then maybe I think your amygdala is damaged. Then we all know the part the nervous system plays in the interaction between the brain and the body. But do you know about the sympathetic nervous system? The sympathetic nervous system is an autonomic nervous system component that responds to stress, danger, or imagined threats. It prepares the body for action by boosting heart rate, blood pressure, and breathing, as well as redirecting blood flow away from non-essential organs like the digestive system and towards the muscles. While you casually walk down a street, you are sensing danger. Will you decide to fight the threat or run away? Sometimes you decide to run away from threats, while other times you decide to combat them. Have you ever wondered about it? What is the logic between these decisions? Who decides our decision at that moment? A normal and automatic physiological response to perceived danger or threat is the fight or flight response. It entails a variety of physiological adjustments that get us ready to either face the threat or run from it. This fight or flight response is triggered by the sympathetic nervous system. During the fight or flight response, the body releases adrenaline and other stress hormones that increase heart rate, breathing rate, and blood pressure. This increases blood flow and oxygen to the muscles, improving physical performance and reaction time. At the same time, the body reduces functions that are not immediately necessary, such as digestion and immune system activity. However, choosing whether to fight or run is not always easy and might depend on a variety of elements, such as our personality qualities, past experiences, and the current scenario. Factors such as perceived control, potential costs and benefits, and individual differences can all influence our decision to either fight or flee. Understanding these things can make it easier for us to navigate potentially dangerous situations and choose the best course of action. Overall, The fight or flight response is a survival mechanism that enables humans and animals to respond quickly and effectively to danger, helping them to stay safe in potentially life-threatening situations. During this fight or flight decision, as mentioned, the body releases adrenaline and other stress hormones. Mostly we would have heard about adrenaline while speaking about fear in our school days. But what is the role of stress hormones in stress and fear? The complex network of hormones and glands known as the HPA hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis is essential for the body's reaction to stress. When we encounter a perceived threat, the hypothalamus, a small structure in the brain, signals the pituitary gland to release a hormone called adrenocorticotropic hormone ACTH. The adrenal glands, which are situated above the kidneys, are then stimulated by ACTH to generate stress hormones including cortisol and adrenaline. Epinephrine, often known as adrenaline, is the chemical that causes the body's immediate physical reaction to stress, including elevated heart rate and blood pressure. On the other hand, cortisol is a stress hormone that lasts longer and helps control how the body reacts to stress over time. During the stress response, these hormones prepare the body for action by increasing blood sugar levels, suppressing the immune system, and increasing heart rate and blood pressure. These adjustments can aid us in responding to imminent dangers in the short term, but long-term stress and high cortisol levels have been related to several health issues, including anxiety, depression, and cardiovascular disease. Stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, as well as the HPA axis, are essential for survival and play a critical role in the body's reaction to stress. However, chronic or excessive stress can have negative effects on both physical and mental health, highlighting the importance of managing stress and maintaining healthy stress levels. A component of the autonomic nervous system, the parasympathetic nervous system controls body processes during sleep and relaxation. It creates a peaceful and relaxed condition when activated by lowering blood pressure, heart rate, and enhancing digestive activity. In contrast to the sympathetic nervous system's fight or flight response, this reaction is frequently referred to as the relaxation response. Through a process known as homeostasis, the body returns to normal after the terror response. This involves the parasympathetic nervous system dampening the effects of the sympathetic nervous system and returning bodily functions to their baseline levels. Additionally, the body slowly processes and eliminates the hormones released during the fear reaction, such as cortisol and adrenaline, enabling it to return to its regular level of balance. Anxiety disorders are a group of mental health conditions characterized by excessive and persistent feelings of worry, fear, and apprehension. These disorders can interfere with daily life and activities, and may manifest in a variety of ways, including panic attacks, obsessive-compulsive behaviors, and social phobia. The fear response is closely related to anxiety disorders, as individuals with these conditions may experience an exaggerated or maladaptive fear response to certain stimuli or situations. This can result in avoidance behaviors or irrational fears that can significantly impact their quality of life. Exposure therapy is one effective treatment for anxiety disorders, which involves gradually exposing the individual to their feared stimulus in a controlled and supportive environment. This approach allows the individual to learn how to manage their anxiety and develop coping skills to overcome their fears. Other treatments for anxiety disorders may include cognitive behavioral therapy, which focuses on identifying and changing negative thought patterns and behaviors associated with anxiety, and medication, such as selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors (SSRIs) or benzodiazepines, which can help manage symptoms. Mindfulness techniques, relaxation exercises, and lifestyle changes such as regular exercise, a healthy diet, and adequate sleep can also be helpful in managing anxiety. A mental health expert should be consulted to establish the optimal treatment strategy. because it may differ depending on the particular type and degree of the anxiety problem. Managing our fear response in everyday life involves learning how to identify and address the underlying causes of our fears, and developing coping strategies to help us manage them. One important step is to practice mindfulness and self-awareness, which can help us recognize when we are feeling anxious or scared, and allow us to respond in a more measured and rational way. We can also seek support from friends, family, or mental health professionals to help us better understand and manage our fears. In threatening circumstances, being aware of the psychology of fear might help us stay safe and make wiser choices. This entails learning how to evaluate risks, recognize potential threats, and create practical coping mechanisms. Other effective coping mechanisms for fear and anxiety include regular exercise, a good diet, getting enough sleep, and engaging in relaxation methods like yoga, meditation, or deep breathing. Finally, it's important to remember that fear is a normal and natural emotion, and that with the right tools and support, we can learn to manage it and live our lives to the fullest. Thank you for watching our video. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did create it. If you found this video informative and entertaining, please don't forget to share it with your friends and family. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Amazed. Once again, thank you for tuning in, and we can't wait to see you in our next video.